There is not a patch. I don't have a patch of land where I put women and I feed them all sorts of biotin, whatever, chug them with water, and then they sit there in the patch and they just grow their hair. Hi Kurlies, it's Lana, and we're here with another note from my desk. Woo! Today's episode is brought to you by my ponytail blowout. Yes, darling. This episode is also brought to you by my new beautiful fern. Give it up for Fernie. And in today's episode, I want to talk to you about the truth involving human hair extension. Let's demystify this process. What is it? What is it not? What can you expect when owning human hair? So, my first truth about human hair extensions, it is human hair extensions actually comes from a real life woman. Now, I know a lot of you might be like, duh. But I think this really goes overlooked. You know, a lot of times I feel like we're walking around like zombies, like, I want hair, give me hair. And then we get this hair and we expect it to be like this unicorn magic that washes itself and it stays moisturized and it's always detangled and it always looks fabulous, when your hair requires so much more than that. So if your hair requires so much more than that, why would you expect anything less of the human hair that you purchase?
Oops.
Let me tell you this. There is a genetic component to all the hair you buy. The hair comes from different people, real life people with real life genetics.
What?
What does that mean for you? That means that her hair might like different products than your hair. Nutrition. What was she eating before she sold or donated her hair? What was she drinking water? Was she eating? Because all of that is going to go into the actual health of her hair. You have to take into account, okay, is this hair a little bit dry? What does this hair need to live its best, most beautiful life? And so that means this hair might need to be deep conditioned a little more often, because either A, perhaps that's in her genetics, that's what her hair needs, or B, she wasn't getting that great nutrition before she sold it. And that's the truth. So again, this doesn't make the hair bad, it makes the hair human. So a lot of you might say, well then why can't you control that? Because girl, I don't farm humans. There is not a patch. I don't have a patch of land where I put women and I feed them all sorts of biotin, whatever, chug them with water, and then they sit there in a patch and they just grow their hair. No, that does not exist. It's not going to exist. Because that sounds terrible. It sounds like a terrible idea. And you've got to realize that when you buy hair, it is up to you to figure out what this hair likes and what it doesn't like. And just because there might be a little learning curve doesn't make the hair bad. Again, it makes the hair human. The next truth, I've got 3 by the way. This is number 2. The next truth about human hair extensions basically is time. Hair takes time. Curly hair takes more time than straight hair. If you were looking for time-saving styles, you shouldn't be looking at human hair extensions, because it's human hair and therefore it's gonna take time to maintain, it's gonna take time to style. That doesn't make the hair bad, that makes it human. I'm gonna give you an example. So, I remember back in my college days when I used to go out to the clubs with my friend, she was from Pakistan, okay? And sometimes I'd get over to her house and I'd wait for her to finish up, and homegirl's always late. And sometimes she'd be getting out the shower, then I'd have to wait for her to dry her hair, then I'd have to wait for her to flat iron her hair, and then I'd have to wait for her to, if she wanted to put curls in it. This could be an hour-and-a-half long process. But let's say if she wanted to like blow dry it, it took her time to blow dry. And then let's say she wanted to flat iron it. Well, if she was going for a look with, you know, more body, more wave, she would flat iron in larger sections and then we'd be out the door in like a quicker time. But if homegirl wanted a bone straight look, she had thick Pakistani hair and she would take this hair, we're talking sections this big, and that thick head of hair and flat iron and go over her whole head. That took time. And then she'd leave the house cute. And she did that every 4 days, sometimes 3 days. So I just want to make sure you guys were aware. That's another truth about human hair that you should know. And my last truth about human hair is this. There are best practices when it comes to hair. If you let hair mat up, and let me tell you, hair growing from your scalp can also mat.
Huh?
If you let your hair mat up, and then you try to detangle it with water, girl, it ain't gonna work. Just like it wouldn't work if it was growing from your scalp.
Oh no!
If you sweat in your hair and you don't wash it, and you just keep sweating in it, and you don't brush it, and you don't detangle it, what do you think is gonna happen? It's gonna get tangled, right? And then you're gonna have a lot of shed hair in the shower, right? And then you're gonna have a lot of shed hair in your brush, right? Why would you expect anything less from hair that is sewn onto a piece of fabric with needle and thread, sis? It's gonna do the same things. If you flat iron dirty hair, it's gonna damage it and might cause breakage, like I did today. If this ponytail starts to act crazy because I flat ironed it and it was a little dirty, guess what? Ain't the ponytail's fault. That's on me. It's on me. Other best practices, you don't condition this hair, it's gonna dry out. You shampoo hair when it's tangled, it's gonna get more tangled. Again, these are all things that if you do to your natural hair, the same thing's gonna happen. So it shouldn't be a surprise when it happens to hair extension. Story. I remember when I was living in London and I was wearing my mermaid spirals. I like to wear my mermaid spirals really big and bushy, but the problem with wearing it big and bushy is that it's gonna get tangled and it's gonna dry out. But the bigger and the bushier and the kind of like tangled it gets, the more natural it looks. And I get the most compliments, but I know it's gonna be a pain come wash day. I already know what it is.
Wow.
But I'll still wear it that way because it looks good. It just matches my own hair, it matches my face, it matches me perfectly. But it is what it is. So anyway, I went to the store and I was ordering something, and the lady behind the counter, she was also Middle Eastern, I forgot where she was from, and she was telling me how much she loved my hair. And then she was also telling me how her daughter actually has the same exact hair. It's like same curls, same everything. Hair was very long. Yeah, so the little girl didn't want to brush her hair. She didn't want to wash her hair. She wouldn't let her mother brush it or detangle it. She just wanted to live her best life and not worry about it. And guess what happened? Guess what happened? Now this lady again said her hair looked just like my mermaid spirals. Guess what happened? It matted up and they had to shave it off. And actually they didn't shave it, but she told me they had to like cut it really, really short. And her little girl learned. She learned. But that's what hair does. There are certain best practices. If you don't really take the best care of this hair, it's not gonna last you for a very long time. And that's it. Like, that's the truth about human hair. It's not a fantasy. It's coming from a real person that has real needs to look its best. So yeah, that's that. I mean, I just want to let you know that there's a level of responsibility that comes with buying human hair. I know I sell a good product, and take my advice, incorporate that, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, we'll know that you're gonna have to do some thinking for yourself to figure out what works best for the woman's hair that you own. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any comments down below. I don't know what that dance was for. You know that Marge meme? It's like my favorite meme anyway. Oh, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to turn your notifications on. Don't forget to follow us on the gram. It's your girl, Lana. And I'm just here to spit the truth. So, that's it. I'll talk to you later, guys. Love you.